We're doing a program called Love and Death. I'll let you decide what is what here. This is a contrast program, so half and half. So we start with Clara.
Jewish cemetery, bodies are piled 12 layers deep, stones upon stones, mangled roots, dry leaves of fireworks plunge, the winter sun smears a print on silver sea sky. My yearning for you is strong as for a man. Your debilitation, a sacred blossom. It is this delicate I worship. Like gulls glide over water for fish, I wish to plunge into your afflictions. When each moment disperses into infinite spores, timeless, not time, I spend with you. The doldrums begin after you walk toward the light. I am left huddled with tendrils sprouting from my underside, plunged into a troubled, nightmarish mound. You reappear, autumn scent, polished with a new wardrobe. My heart warmed in an instant, thaws the cold as slush in my veins. I have become gnarly, rooted deep in the shade, but I limp over to tug at your sleeve, when in the past it would be the prelude for love. Your breast, my mother's milk, your pulsating breast hurl me to land's end, where my purpose of being clear is light, is your ecstasy. In the absent years, I clothe your naked body with my mind. Sorrow, the undergarment, clasped in denial. A dress sewn with envy and angry shoes to walk away. But my pride withhold a peculiar cloak, woven with golden youth, flaming hope, stitches of passion that would have ruptured heaven. This I give you now. For only through wrangling these futile years, alive but not living, finding meanings, losing them, I grasp the essence of love.
When love fails, when love fails, the sunset rolls up its magic red carpet and the imagination falls off the sunlit cliff onto the broken rocks of night.
When love fails, all that is beautiful dies with it.
When love fails, the hands of greed clear-cut all the living sweetness of this earth and stomp it into money.
When love fails, time burns the departure schedules in the train station of linear certainty.
When love fails, the moon casts off its harness to the swell of the ocean, and the flaccid waters flatten.
When love fails, poison is the nectar drunk on drunk.
When love fails, the night casts off its velvet cloak and claws into the belly with the sharpened claws of nightmare.
When love fails, I plucked from the earth and thrown into an abyss. Only the crows call to me as my mind is black and my heart they devour.
When love fails, the fingers of the wind that curry the fur of the forest curl up and clench into a frozen fist.
When love fails, the empty barn whispers with the vagrant winds, and the door bangs softly into the silence.
When love fails, the pregnant rain-capped clouds keep the round bellies zipped up against the withering thirst of the writhing wheat.
When love fails, I lose my definition and assume a face in an assembly line.
When love fails, our tenderest moments become whips in the hands of the cosmic dominatrix, and our sweetest words are burnt into the skin.
When love fails, the rear view mirror casts our burnt bones into the tea leaves of the future.
When love fails, the bony hand reaching forward grips the fleshy hand reaching back and locks it into a relentless, eternal riptor.
When love fails, I spiral with a falling leaf, plunging inevitably unto death.
Death. Death. Death is. Death is the anonymous stranger who stands at every crossroad, giving directions to lost travelers. Death is a pebble tossed in a pond, the circles spread. It is a string tied to the sky. It is a smile behind the smile. It is a naked singularity. It is a naked singularity at absolute zero, -1 degree. It is a flickering street lamp over a deserted street. It is the cold fusion of time and eternity. Death speaks. Death speaks softly but carries a big. Death speaks every language +1. Sings the song only buzzards can hear. Chants his ohms. Backward. Sings inside a slippery glissando. Sings his songs inside the silence of love songs. Death's double entendres never have two meanings. Hello. This is Death. Leave your message and I will return your call. I will always return your call. When the three magi arrived at the manger, a lone figure was already waiting by the door. I always get the first look, Death said. back door of twilight. Death has a bullwhip made of strips of the finest moonless midnight, woven in Los Alamos by hands expert in the distillation of darkness. Death has a compass without a hand, and an hourglass without any sand, an army without any land, an army without a man, and a farm without any land. Death has a tunnel he dug through the air to connect the cities of here and there. Old woman in the car. Old woman in the park. A little before 3, the pigeons, along with a few sparrows, began to gather anxiously at her bench. You could tell she had always been right on time. Meetings, appointments, she was always there. Promptly at 3, she arrives at her bench with her big bag of breadcrumbs. The birds roil about in this brief abundance and squabble over every piece. When her death comes, promptly at the appointed hour, will the birds then, as they do now, suddenly explode up in one great flock, then fly away, disappearing into the luminous afternoon light? Gently rocks the cradle. Hello, little one. I am your companion, and I will always be with you. One day you will reach out, and I will be there, as familiar and unknowable as your father's voice.